Really, really important round for Copenhagen Wolves to secure.
Bomb to go down now. Ooh.
Solid nade, and now things get tricky. Smoke's blooming. Back and forth kills. This retake could mean everything. The Copenhagen Wolves will still stand tall and recover.
Ooh, we're investing in a Mac 10. I don't know whether I like it or not, because there's still some weaponry to be seen here. Ooh, I like the aggressive play from the CTs, pushing through. They could find the AWP pit. And a bit of hesitation. Oh, surely this isn't how the final round goes. Shot gets two. The P250 and Morisco. What has happened?
It's done. There's no chance. Shane gets timing as well. Sinners win it in one of the cleanest partial investments I think we will ever see.
Absolutely
Brilliant aggression.
You know, I think for Sinners, they kind of deny any chance of a comeback. We kind of mentioned, okay, the Wolves are going to want a couple more rounds, but I don't think anyone expected Wolves to get close, but it's the fact that Sinners have finally shut them down, and in a way that not many expected on that weaker investment. But as mentioned, it was that mid-aggression. It was perfect. We saw the MP9 swinging towards ramp. We saw the kind of the 5-7 holding second mid with the knowledge, look, there's going to be people swinging in here eventually, so let me just sit and hold. Let me just sit and wait, because I know aggressors are going to be coming through. But it's a tough way for the Copenhagen Wolves to lose it. I think we all knew the game would have been found by Sinners eventually, but it's always a tough one. It's kind of putting salt in the wounds, I guess you could say. But look, Sinners now, they've got the chance to 2-1. They've got the chance to take the series, and with a convincing victory on Inferno and Mirage, a map that they're very confident on, I feel like this is where things have kind of swayed. I think if Copenhagen Wolves, let's say they got 11 rounds and it was a little bit more back and forth on Inferno, I think it would be more of a flip of a coin to see who takes Mirage. But just based off the performance we just watched, I think many people are going to be leaning towards the Sinners.
Yeah, certainly. It feels like it could potentially have turned the tables slightly, but Sinners, they looked exceptional on Inferno. I mean, I think we realised after about 3 rounds that they're more than happy to play this map against anybody, and they just looked so well oiled, and that's the biggest compliment I can give them. Mirage is a reasonably similar storyline to some of the previous maps we've seen. I mean, Copenhagen Wolves have an unreal win rate on Mirage. Five games played, Fred, 80% win rate, but obviously 5 games in comparison to Sinners 17. So
Yeah, do you think that's going to have any impact going into map number 3?
Yeah, I think when it comes to, well, we saw the impact it had. You know, it was a better win rate for the Wolves on Inferno, but I don't think it mattered. We just goes to show how well drilled Sinners are, and I think that's something that we're always going to be praising and always going to be saying about a team with the kind of the more games played on a map. They're just going to be far better synergized on it. You know, they're not going to have to kind of overcome what they're doing. They're not going to have to kind of continuously think about their protocols. It's all lined out, and that's the brilliant thing that we saw from the Sinners on Inferno, especially their T side, just the individual kind of timings that they took. And as you mentioned, you pointed out in a round, it was kind of a 5v2. 3 of them go onto the A bomb site, and a lot of the time we'd be questioning, okay, they picked the wrong bomb site, the gamble's correct, but it never mattered. It never mattered on Sinners' T side. They looked impressive, and I think that's something that Mirage is going to be an interesting one, whether Sinners can kind of continue that impressive nature. But obviously Mirage, map number 3, going to be coming up, though, shortly after the break.
Tired of boring case openings? Do you always get only cheap skins? The Hellcase website has tons of options to upgrade your inventory. It's up to you to participate in giveaways, events, or compete with other players in opening cases. Hellcase, your world of expensive skins.
Do you have any unnecessary skins or want to sell them? Try SkinPlace. Visit the website, select the skins you want to use. Easily fill your Steam trade link. Make sure we offer good prices and choose a payment method. Hit the button and boom! Instant cash. Safety. Low commissions. Instant payouts. SkinPlace.
What's a super stream game? It's an extension that provides a valuable and engaging game within the stream you are watching. Join an active community and test your knowledge in a live race against expert chasers by answering trivia,
prediction, and recall questions tailored to the content you are watching.
Going to be heading back into the action on Mirage, the final map of the series, the decider of which team will progress to the playoffs. And I think both teams, they've got a chance. They've definitely got opportunities for it. But I think the way that Sinners played on Inferno, majestic. They look so good on Inferno. That T-side as well was incredible. And we just talk about the individual brilliance. Time and time again, we saw everyone on the Sinners just look absolutely amazing. When it comes to taking their individual timings, when it comes to just taking those fights, plenty of times it was kind of no-win situations. We saw it from Moresco where there was two people pushing Banana, he was blinded, he still finds them both. And I think that's just kind of a perfect representation of how Inferno went, and I think that's probably what we're going to see here on Mirage. But Charlie, Copenhagen Wolves, do you think they've got a chance to take it?
Yeah, I think they definitely do have a chance to take it. I think it's a bit more of a clean slate. I do think a few of those situations are going to be a bit more difficult to repeat on Mirage, where you might get a bit more punished by trying to take your time in somewhere, but I definitely think if we see Sinners take a similar game plan and a bit of a similar style of play, I do think it will lead for a very exciting Mirage, but I definitely don't think it's going to be nearly as one-sided as we did see from Inferno. At least I'd be very surprised if it is. I do think Copenhagen Wolves have had some very positive results on this map, especially as of late. In the last sort of few months, I mean, they played 4 games of it after the play break, winning 3, losing 1 of them. Whereas Sinners, I mean, their Mirage win rate is a little bit more shaky. Won their last 2 games, which is nice to see, but a few more inconsistent results, but definitely have played a lot more of the map. So I'm very curious to see what this map is going to look like. It's going to lead for a very exciting third map.
As we said though, Charlie, look, it's not the end of the world for either side if they lose here today. It's not an elimination game. It is that kind of progression. So they will still have a chance if they do lose. They will still be able to play in that 5th round and, you know, still make it to playoffs. So look, we could see both of these teams make it to the playoffs. That's a possibility, and I think that's probably what both teams are hoping for. But the question is, which one's going to have the easier run? Which team is going to be able to take it here today? And you know what? We'll do some predictions. Why not? I'm going to lean a little bit more towards Sinners. I think it'll be closer. I don't think it will be kind of as one-sided in that first half as to what we saw on Inferno, but I still think I don't want to say dominant, I still think it will be, you know, confident from the Sinners. I think it might be kind of like a 13-8, maybe a 13-7 for the Sinners, maybe a little bit more back and forth on, you could say, the Sinners T side, and then once they switch to the CT side, or once they start on the CT side, then we'll get to see. But for you, Charlie, who are you saying?
See, I think I am going to go against you, maybe just to make it a bit more interesting. But I do think Copenhagen Wolves do have a lot more to show. Fessel definitely not showing his best work, but maybe Mirage is where he can do so, because Fred, Mirage is going to be underway now, the final map of this series. One of these two teams, in about 45 minutes or so time, will have themselves a spot in playoffs.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. And Sinners seems as though successful in the 9th round. That was kind of relayed to us just a second ago, but we're into the action. Didn't really have much time to talk, and I think we all knew where they'd be starting, though, the CT side. It's interesting, Mirage has kind of become one of the more CT-sided maps in the pool, which is bit interesting. I felt like it for quite some time, for many years, it was very split. But now, very CT-sided. Oscar jumping above the smoke and spots out one. It wasn't sense, in fact, that he saw, but it was sense that he took down. Flashbang towards CT, and the T's are regressing. Mikey, though, with a big kill, and oh, Mikey doubles down. Tapeware falling as well, and it's on to Shane and Bug Magic to try and restabilize, but Shane maybe not realizing he's out in the open. He's exposed from CT, and there's a smoke and a defuse for Oscar. Best of luck to Bug Magic. The bomb gonna be defused now. In fact, Morisco will find the pick beforehand, but Sinners, a comfortable pistol round. It starts and ends with Oscar. Gets the opening kill, also gets the defuse.
Yeah, great pistol. I mean, you saw the Copenhagen Wolves idea. Okay, let's fight towards CT. That's going to be the game plan. But they were not ready for there to be 4 players in CT waiting for that. The CTs were so passive, waited for them to come, and great idea to play it as the retake there. Got the opening kill. T's knew they had to find something, but sadly looked for that something in a bit of a wrong place.
Yeah, something I want to point out is the smokes go down, and there was maybe a 2-3 second delay on when Copenhagen Wolves pushed out. And I think if the second the smokes bloom, they're out of Palace, they'd be quicker to CT, quicker to get the bomb down, and potentially a little bit more organised. Maybe not lost the life as well, as Oscar's kind of jump above was perfectly timed. Morisco. They get a little bit aggressive towards top middle. There's 3 players here. He spots out 2 of them. Will eventually take the first down and the second, and sadly not the third, as Beastic at range for the MP9 will find. But with there being 3 SMGs in play, Sinners are going to want to try and capitalise on these SMGs. I was going to say MP9s, but Shock, once again, he's bringing out the UMP.
Yeah, I was going to say, I quite like to see the UMP in play on Shock. Keeping the old guard alive a little bit with the UMP.
I feel like it's a weapon that you never really get to see, and I don't know. I don't really know why, because well, I don't really know why Shock's bringing it out. I think the MP9 is a lot better in every aspect, even when it comes to the extra bullets. But maybe it's just the range. But I don't even know if the UMP has that much of a range advantage.
I mean, it definitely is played a lot more like a rifle than anything like the UMP. Should have a bit more damage. I'm actually gonna find this out. I'm finding out.
Yeah, I want to know. Compare them to the MP9, because you know, I think the MP9 supersedes the UMP in nearly every aspect. Aggression towards top mid, and oh, straight away the Sinners. The aggression is brilliant, but Sense doubles down, brings it back to this 3-on-3, and it's 2 rifles falling. Just leaves Morisco on that M4, and then Shock and Oscar on these 2 SMGs. Love to see Shock continue this aggression, proceed and progress down ramp, but opts against it. Oh, it's all going to be about timing here. Sense. Oh, they both peak at the same time, but the MP9 successful. Final 2 players are going to be making their way out of Palace. Shane, very passive, and although the steps to her, not quick enough to react, and understandably. Oh, the reverse default plant from Tapeware. A mistake that could cost Copenhagen Wolves their first round, as Shane now in a tough 1 versus 2, but with the util down, got time to work with. Oscar, so worried about that kind of potential push through. Smoke's faded, but not spotted. They've got kits to work with, they've got a smoke as well, they can kind of slow this down. Shane is out in the open, and this might be a position that they're really not ready for. Smoke on the bomb. The bomb is very much ticked now, and Shane will get the first. Needs to take down Morisco through the smoke. Oh! Down to the wire, but Shane successful.
Yeah, Sinners there very much felt like they wanted to play for the defuse, less so than to look for the kill, and that felt like a risk in itself. They were kind of just holding, hoping. Shane looked for a bit of a peek into them, but there's no need.
Quite happy to sit towards default, yeah. Once again, some weaknesses in play for Sinners, as they've got 2 SMGs, a FAMAS, but the AWP on Oscar going to be a big plus. Needs to effectively utilise this big green though, and currently playing towards stairs, just holding Palace in the hopes that over-aggression will gain him the opener. Mikey though could be found, and just as he jumps, Tapeware delivers. Oh, Tapeware can find Morisco, and again, it's the 2 rifles falling. Oh, Shane. Shane can find shot with simplicity. Smoke fades, but Oscar delivers. Push back through this molly, or through the murder hole, but Fessor pushing through the molly will find Oscar and his B-stick. 1 versus 4. AWP can be saved as well from the Wolves. And this is a great response. Copenhagen Wolves, they were in a 3v5 in the last round and victorious in the clutch, and they're not the ones to lose those openers. Great there from Tapeware.
And it will be a leveled up game here. Raj, I thought it was going to be a bit more back and forth. Early doors, it seems like that is going to be the case. Sense has had a very good series so far. It's good. In fact, he top ranked. Really top of the scoreboard in both map number 1 and 2 for Copenhagen Wolves. Definitely has made his mark, especially on Ancient Arrests. Yeah, big player if he can keep things up here as well.
I think it's just unfortunate because Fessor has had a pretty tough series so far. You know, 11 and 17 on Ancient, 7 and 17 on Inferno. Not really the result you want, especially as he is kind of that secondary player. But something I've got to point out, Charlie, and I've got to bring it up soon. Sinners, their CT side, they do favour it, they do look strong, but the T side's very poor. Very, very poor. Where in reality, the Wolves, that's where they seem to thrive in kind of big numbers. So this half is going to be very important for Sinners. I think even maybe a 7-5, not too convincing of a scoreline for them. So with Copenhagen Wolves not only leveling things up and maybe expected to take the lead here, this is going to be a scary first half for the Sinners. Maybe I backed the wrong team, Charlie.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how things do look in comparison to Sinners T sides after the play break. Potentially something they might have worked on a little bit.
That's unlucky for Mikey.
Yeah, takes a heap of damage from that Molotov.
Yeah, 2/3 of his health gone. Ooh, the P2000, so close to finding the pick, eventually does, but Sense will find, and Tapeware eliminating. So Oscar, all that remains is in the back lines, and the Orba Fessor, he's low HP. If Oscar can find this, oh, we spotted him. Oscar, go forth and conquer, but Fessor, a slight understanding. Oscar can take down the bomb as well. Oh, lucky to be alive. Sense 30 points of health, but he's got his specialist weapon in hand now, Oscar. The preferred scenario for him. Peace gets the no-scope, eventually found by Sense. Charlie, Oscar, it could have happened. It really could have had. If he takes down the bomb carrier there, what a round it would have been.
Yeah, so close to having that one. I mean, regardless of the outcome, very close round for Sinners. And considering that was a round we only really had, say, MP9 in play. Got a quite dicey there for the Wolves. Oscar wants to get the orb out. Is at the cost of any head armor or utility.
Ooh, shot. Can take this fight. He spotted out 2. He's got the first in sense. Reconfirming that information with players backing away from ramp. The big opener here for Sinners. You can already see the financial damage that Oscar's done.
It can definitely give Sinners an avenue back into this one. Copenhagen Wolves got to look for a bit of an avenue themselves, playing this one disadvantaged, using sense reasonably early as well.
Vessel going to be creeping his way up. And Mikey, very prepared for him. The steps of Oscar have been heard, and Shock smokes off now. And Vessel, it's all going to be a game of timing. Morisco's got a good position though. The molly eventually spreading, but Morisco finding, and Shock takes down Fessor as well. The kills coming through for the CTs. And Shock again. It's all on Bug Magic. Oh, Morisco. Very nice double. Shock finding 3. And Sinners. They secure the round. They keep 4 alive. Finance is going to be on the rise. And Copenhagen Wolves now surely just a half bite. Oh, okay. They've gone for the force. Bug Magic can bring out the orb, so a heavy hitter within the hands, and with 2 AKs as well. Big problem though, Charlie. We all see it. 8 pieces of util. Very tough.
Not a lot of it at all. Still a chance to do some damage. Oscar towards short early. Scoped in, peeking towards mid. Finds Fessor. Reska catches one out and underpass, and oh wow, this is a bloodbath. 20 seconds into the round, and already the data Jorper is all that resides, and maybe not for much longer. Flashbangs could keep and forcing him further back. And Maresca has looked really good these last few maps.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's a player that's had maybe a kind of a tough start when joining the Sinners. You know, you look at his overall rating since being here, it's a 1.00 rating. You know, it's nothing crazy. It's not bad, but I think this series we're looking at something a lot different.
I mean, I think that's a really good point to make, actually, because you look at his overall rating and what he's performing at in the last few months or so. There is a decent bit of a difference. Definitely feels like he's maybe found a bit more of a foot in the door now.
Yeah, definitely.
Gonna be a hit towards B. You think all that resides there. Gets the information early. Interestingly, the Wolves decide to back away. Oscar should hear a lot of these steps. Now out towards mid. 4 of the players reside. Oscar scoped in, posted up. Finds 1, but there's just so many bodies towards mid for Sinners that this is just easy pickings.
Yeah, quite simple. There was moments where I was kind of questioning as, okay, the Glock's going to find a pick, but yeah, it was just the amount of players. It was just sheer numbers, overwhelming the aggressors. So Sinners, they find their 5th. They get a bit of a lead, and Bug Magic, it's been a tough mirage, and to be quite honest, Charlie, not really excuses to be made. There's been plenty of moments that we've seen the AWP in hand.
It has been probably one of the most impactful players on Copenhagen Wolves, so this certainly isn't the map to go missing.
Yeah, definitely not.
The second frag in the overall squad, the only player above a 1.0 rating alongside Sense. And they're both reasonably above it. It's the other 3 that aren't really making their mark all too much.
The thing is, when you look at the rating, when you look at the kills, I think Shane, a bit of an anomaly. He's got a 1.0 rating, but when you look at Ancient, I feel like Shane was incredible. I feel like the timings he took and the space he created is something that, you know, rating doesn't always show. It doesn't always say. But yeah, I think the Inferno was a tough one for Shane. I think when you look at the kills, 9 and 16, it's never a fun map, but I don't think anyone's rating on on Inferno is one to be remembered, apart from Sense, really. But brilliant from Marisco. We'll get one. Takes down previously mentioned Shane. Mikey as well, finding one, but Shock still here towards ramp. And although a lot of pressure's coming the way of his teammate, Shock can double down. Lovely here for Sinners. And I think Oscar, you know, he's had some big moments. He had that chance for the clutch, but when you look at it, he's just finding the opener with the AWP. We saw it in the last round where it was that boost into middle. He did in fact find 2 in that round. Obviously boosted up now, kind of atop the bricks, gets the pick. That's all you can ask for. That's all you need from your AWPer on the CT side. I think on the T side it's something different because you have to search for those kills. You have to take the risk. But on the CT side, Oscar is literally just doing kind of what's expected of him. And that's what's going so well for Sinners. At the start of every round, it's pretty much a 5v4.
I think right now, Sinners CT side feels like they've always got a backup plan somewhere. Feels like they're very good at playing off of one another, even though they're very split in terms of positions a lot of the time. Oscar, great find, but no chance of a retreat. Player top bout hasn't been cleared just yet, but Vessel will do so. The spam on the bomb plant is good and will deny it.
Yeah, that is big. They drop a molly as well. Reposition has come through. Looks as though they're all going to be making their way towards CT. This would be a big round for the Wolves to win. Oh, it's just a tap on the bomb. The stick would have been perfect, but now it's Vessel. 1 versus 3, AWP in hand. Oh, B-stick. He's 2 HP and he's going for that type of play. Love to see it. They've got that 7 that I mentioned, but I think they need more. I think they need an 8th.
On par to find 9 right now, the way they're playing. Definitely settled into this CT side. Was a 2-2 scoreline.
Yeah.
Too long ago. In fact, it was actually a 3-2 scoreline as well.
Yeah, I thought the Wolves were actually going to just overrun Sinners. Although it was only 3 rounds, they looked really good. They looked really, really good, and I think that's something that it's clear that Sinners have kind of, you know, had a look at back at those rounds and thought, okay, maybe let's change things up. Maybe let's not play that aggressive towards middle, because that's kind of what, you know, Copenhagen Wolves were wanting. But now, a little bit more of a passive play style, a little bit more kind of structured as well. Speaking of structure, Copenhagen Wolves are going into a very classic round, one that we've seen probably 1,000 times on Mirage. It's the set of ace mode. Can't get more vanilla than that.
Yeah, they've used a lot of utility and they've been held off on the most part. They kind of have to go for this, and that's why you see Shane trying to spark something. There's just 2 flashes and Molotov left is all of the util that the Wolves have. They're still waiting in ramp. The smokes have cleared. The angles have been given up.
Oh, I thought we were just going to see Oscar holding. I would have loved that. Oscar posted up.
Coming back now.
Yeah.
It might be where he does opt to get posted.
Timing couldn't be worse for Fessel.
Oh, is Fessel going to be ready?
Well.
Ready enough to get the kill.
He just peered around the corner.
Ethic has got this information towards apartments that is clear, so Oscar can, once again, hold towards A. He's looking towards ramp. This round can still go very askew for the Wolves. Going to be peeking towards ramp. Oscar finds the first.
Yeah, great shot there from Oscar. Flash to come over. Oh, Sense is spotted and will fire Marisco. Molly towards Connector as well to cut off those rotations, and now Oscar with a lot of pressure. Oh, what a round from Sense. Dismantles the A site defenders. Nade come through on the bomb site, deals a fair bit of damage, and oh, Sense. Speaking of damage, he's found a bit, but Bog Magic, second kill of the game, second kill of Mirage. And will gain them their 4th round.
Yeah, felt like that round probably should have went the way of Sinners, even though they were disadvantaged. Was even at one point.
Yeah.
Mikey feels like he was very favoured in that fight against Fessel.
Well, Fessel just had, you know, he had a look towards mid, holding apartments, and yeah, timing goes his way, but we talk about it all the time, Charlie. You know, timing, it's just a part of the game. Feel like CS players have a real love-hate relationship when it comes to timings, but sensed as well to get one on the trade from Marisco, but the fact that Mikey's so quick, another 1-for-1, it's important that the CTs are finding these picks, but even more that the trades are coming through. Oh, Mikey will have heard the drop and finds Fessel. Bog Magic. He's only got 2 kills so far. Needs to up it to 5 to win this one. And he creeps out of ramp, but look at B-Stick on the minimap. He's flanking. Don't think it'll matter though. Mikey, simple tap, 3rd kill of the round and 12th in total. I think the problem that we're seeing here, Charlie, for Copenhagen Wolves is, okay, yes, we're having moments. Okay, we're having players that are having rounds, and I feel like Sense one of them. But it's the fact that Sinners, they've got 3 players who are on 12 kills. It's tough to beat. It really is. It's kind of just multiple players having a lot of impact. And the fact that 3 players on the Sinners side have over double the kills of 4 for Copenhagen Wolves just goes to show that it is quite one-sided.
Yeah, it certainly is for now, but like you mentioned, Mirage has actually become a lot more CT-sided than it previously was. So perhaps there is still the chance for Copenhagen Wolves to make this comeback. It's only 4 rounds difference. Pistol round could be very key in making this happen as well. This game even closer, but obviously you got to look at the flip side. Sinners win that pistol, they're priming themselves to take this series.
Yeah, most definitely. We'd kind of expect a 10-4, and then we'd slowly be getting to where we saw Inferno head, where it was kind of just Sinners. They were gonna win it. The question wasn't if, more when.
Round number 13 though, underway in less than 10 seconds. Utility invested for Sinners. They've got a decent chunk of it. A bit of a tactical pause called from Copenhagen Wolves just before. They want a bit of extra time to discuss exactly what's going to happen. They've got 5 players with armor, so maybe they either want to do something with this, take some fights, or maybe they want to change up their plan.
Yeah, something I have to point out, Charlie, is they're the first 2 tac pauses called for the whole of Mirage. And the fact they go back to back, it just goes to show how vital this pistol round is. Both teams know this pistol round determines the series, determines who gets the playoffs. It could change everything. A victory for Copenhagen Wolves, they get to 6, they win the first gun round, it's 8-8, they're on the favoured side. Whereas for Sinners, we all know where it could go. You know, 10 rounds, 10-4, 3 mistakes from Copenhagen Wolves, and that's things all over. And it just goes to show that pistol rounds, not only so important, but this one, the weight it holds.
Early push towards B.
Early boost as well.
3 of the players.
Sense spotted.
Spotted. It was going to be a bit of a fake. It's going to be very interesting what this round's going to look like now.
Did they see the bomb? Because that's the question. Because if they didn't see the bomb, they might have thought it's kind of a B fake into an A hit. Oh, B stick. So lucky to get the timing. Oh, if Shen flicked there, I think we'd be an exciting play, but no.
Look at the CTs. All converging towards middle. Both sides are open for the taking right now.
I don't mind it. It means they'll have quicker rotations, but yeah. Nice find from Fessa. Oscar a little too overextended from under. And we're going to be seeing a bit of a flank here. Shock. He's taking some contact. Ooh, spots a player on shot. A lot of information taken now by Shock, and you can see, Charlie, the flank, in fact, going towards A. B-Stick pushes out, and B-Stick will find, protecting his teammate. Fessor engages, getting himself into the action. Bit of a 1v1 towards the A bomb site and a 1v2 on B. And B-Stick, if he can just keep Fessor here, that's all that he needs. Well, Fessor no longer on the A bomb site. He's been put 6 feet under.
These are quite split. They need to stop being so cautious about these kills and just start to consider. Let's not give up anything on the bomb site. Just the tap of the bomb allowed
Unfortunate.
Mikey to wrap back into the site. They know it's not actually the stick. B-Stick finds his 4th in the round. Brilliant pistol from him. Oh, what a scrappy pistol that is, Fred.
Yeah, it was just kind of, it's one of those ones where you don't really know what's happening. I don't even think the players knew what was happening.
I mean, you can see the strat got very messed up, and then we saw 4 Copenhagen Bulls players towards mid, and it cut off any possibility, really, of those rotations from one side to the other. So they just sort of split into 2 parties, and Copenhagen Wolves, they made a risk, they took a lot of space, they made a gamble to flank A. Sadly, it was a hit towards B mainly, but really great fight from B-Stick onto Fessel, and just delaying so much time. Comes away with the kill, but the amount of time he delayed anyway, felt like he put his team in a very good position.
But Charlie, as we mentioned, pistol round found by Sinners. We spoke about how big this could be and the problems that Copenhagen Wolves could face. Things just get that one step harder.
It really does. We are going to be seeing the eco from Copenhagen Wolves. We saw a force buy in the last game on Inferno, but very likely due to how one-sided that one was, even more so.
That was actually a Sinners tactical pause, by the way, so Sinners a little bit worried, and he needs to be, as he's taking contact from the middle. Oh, spots the first in ladder, and the second, but won't be able to take him down.
So information is gained that there's at least 2 more players towards short. First one will fall.
And that information's just been confirmed. How's he got up there?
Under range angles, it should be pretty clean. Clean stuff for the rest of the tees. I can't imagine anything can be found with the Deagle, actually. Bit of a longer range weapon. This will not shine away, and come away with a kill.
Yeah, I like Bob Magic's position. Might go unchecked, but no, yeah. Right decision here from Shock. Giving a Mac 10 a kill that could potentially be bringing out an AWP in the next.
Not the risk I'd want. With the steps being heard, Bog Magic now realising, okay, in the wrong part of town. Let's see if I can make my way to TV in time, but straight away Sinners, they make their way back. I think Oscar has heard this as well. Sends the nade just in case.
Double digits have been hit for Sinners. 3 rounds away from taking this series and advancing to the playoff stage.
Charlie, we've seen, I think, 3 rounds now where Copenhagen Wolves have saved a gun and invested with it. Bog Magic, though, finally making the play I've been hoping for. As the AWP, you understand he's going to want to keep more money and play, and with a Mac 10, he's going to get aggressive. So much utility and presence being shown here towards top middle, and they've taken this control. And now, could just leave Bog Magic close towards under. Shock. We will spot out one, and Fessor needs to hit those shots, needs to get that kill.
It felt like maybe Shock didn't see him, didn't react as much as I thought, but very calm, very calculated in his readjustment, and just takes down Fessor.
Yeah, not frantic whatsoever.
Advantage Sinners at the worst possible time. Shane does find Oscar, always a risk pushing up the ladder like that, but the kill is found.
It's not only the risk of pushing up the ladder, it's the risk of trying to fight up on it. But yeah, great kill from Mikey. Mikey's been really good as well. I think he's kind of... He's just been a little bit overshadowed by Marisco, I think. But yeah, Mikey's had a pretty good game as well. 1.15 rating. We mentioned how Oscar and Marisco right now have been the 2 big stars.
Oh, this one's done. Mikey's got the round in his hands here. Does get found by the Mac 10, but deals a lot of damage and basically puts this round on a platter for the rest of his team.
Yeah, and if that AK was saved, you would have seen a good investment from the Wolves. We would have seen an ult for Bog Magic.
That's saying if this M4 can even survive for the next. Shock 8 HP. Oh, timing is not great. Still, Shane goes down to the bomb.
Yeah.
3 HP, just 2 little health, and Sinners find 11.
I was kind of questioning whether the bomb would take him down, but the confidence for Shane to just sit there, I was, you know...
It looks like, see, that's why in my head he pushed forward just that little bit, and I was like, yeah, it'll probably be alright.
Yeah, it should be fun. Guess not.
Apparently not. Curious how much damage he would have actually taken there.
Probably would have been 3 exactly.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, we do have the force buy coming through. Copenhagen Wolves are not wanting Sinners to get map and series point. The Danish Orpa finds the first, trying to get past, but his teammate is refusing to let him.
Get out the way. It's like what you see in an MM game where you get annoyed with your teammates, you start blocking them.
Like, I want all.
I want it.
Nice find back though. From let's go. Gonna be pushing in, wanting more. A lot of space can be taken from this. That's all not
Oscar.
looking at it just yet.
Yeah, Oscar finds sense, and that's what made things really difficult. The smoke's gonna be fading in a second, and Oscar is so prepared. Bug Magic gonna cross, and Oscar hits! Not the easiest shots, but Oscar makes it look so simple. Magic, he's got the information. There's at least one player here, and got a little bit more information. Got the kill.
Yeah, Bomb just needs to start to make his way towards the B site, and this round is won.
Could go anywhere. Go towards A, but now
Got
they
the
have spotted
information
him.
as well. Oscar could just get posted up here. He's going to be up against the York. Doesn't make it a difference. Makes it look, just like you said, very easy.
So
3
simple.
kills from Oscar. Got fragging the server now with that. 17-7.
Hey, look, Charlie. Guess I got it right. It's 12-4. Sinners are only going to take this.
I mean, I'm very surprised how one-sided this is, Fred. This was 3-2 at one point from Copenhagen Wolves.
And the thing is, it wasn't as though the rounds they got were lucky. It wasn't as though, oh, there was an accidental AWP team kill. There was, a player
just like a good bit of time in, or an
yeah.
individual moment. They did look sharp. They did have some very good moments, but somehow Sinners have just elevated their game to a different level, something that Copenhagen Wolves haven't been able to handle. It is going to be this short push. It looks timed to perfection. Shock is making a real risky play. Oh,
doesn't matter.
Fred.
Oh,
it's
no.
disastrous. They can just go back towards A. Shock pushing the smoke, the confidence to do something like that in the final round. Or what could have been the final round, and looks like it is going to be.
And we said, Copenhagen Wolves, it wasn't like they got lucky timings. Yeah, that round, very unlucky. Neither one looking at the smoke. Shock pushes through, gets 2. And Sense now, we've praised him so heavily, but got to go huge and will go down. So Morisco getting the killing blow, ending it with 17. And Charlie, it was these 3 players. They were the ones that ended the half with 12, and they all end it on 17. And quite a nice finish for all of them. Yeah, definitely. I think they had a brilliant CT side. They had a great T side. And it just goes to show for Sinners, not only do they have these 3 stars, they are all equal. They all have their moments. They all have these big rounds. But I feel bad because player like Shock, he had good moments. The push through the smoke, the fact he found 2, yeah.
Same with B-Stick.
Yeah.
Okay on the pistol round, but it does feel like Sinners definitely did make this a bit of a team performance going into playoffs and securing their spot. Really great showing. I mean, Ancient, we said it even after the first map, it felt like it was a game that could have went either way. It just felt like maybe a bit more consistency was shown from Copenhagen Wolves. But Sinners definitely could have taken that on another day. The next 2 maps, though, not at all. Sinners were a level above Copenhagen Wolves there. Something that the Wolves just couldn't really compete with, and Sinners showed their best their sort of best hand in this series and got the rewards that came from it. But obviously, Fred, this does not mean Copenhagen Wolves are out just yet. They are going to be going into this final chance stage against other teams with the 2-2 record.
Yeah, I think Copenhagen Wolves, they definitely could qualify, but when it comes to the fact that it wasn't convincing on the second 2 maps, that's the problem. I'll be honest, the Ancient, it looks good, and the individuals on Ancient as well were pretty impressive, and I thought that might translate, that might transfer across, but potentially not. And it's sad to see, because we would always like to see a much more competitive game, but in both of them, Sinners just look better, and it's always going to happen when it comes to a team that are a little bit more well-versed, not only as a unit, but also we've got Oscar, who's been kind of in the CS scene for as long as anyone can remember, a very, very great individual player. And I think this is something that Copenhagen Wolves can definitely work upon. And I think if they do stick as a roster and they kind of continue, I think they definitely could be beating Sinners on another day. But it's just the fact that Sinners, not only do they have that kind of team synergy, they have the reps on these maps, they also played brilliantly as individuals. But obviously, Charlie, that has been it for this game. We are going to be heading into the action on our final game of today. It is Messisport versus Permitter. So I'll be excited for that one. But I think what we will do, Charlie, is jump to a short 10-15 minute break beforehand.
You look into your inventory and there's only... It's time to forget about this garbage. Here you will find everything to play with really cool skins. Open top cases. Upgrade dropped skins and turn your junk into a cool gun using the contract system. Every day, thousands of people upgrade their inventory with us. Hellcase.com. Look at yourself in a new way.
Do you have any unnecessary skins or want to sell them? Try Skin Place. Visit the website, select the skins you want to use. Easily fill your Steam trade link. Make sure we offer good prices and choose a payment method. Hit the button and boom! Instant cash. Safety. Low commissions. Instant payouts. Skin Place.
What's a super stream game? It's an extension that provides a valuable and engaging game within the stream you are watching. Join an active community and test your knowledge in a live race against expert chasers by answering trivia, prediction, and recall questions tailored to the content you are watching.
Trying to get the skin of your dream for a long time but can't get it in any way? On our website you have a unique opportunity to get your favorite knife. Users on our site can hand out skins themselves, and participants need to fulfill some simple conditions. For example, watch a video or buy a case on our website. After that, you automatically become a member of the distribution. Go to the user giveaways tab and do what you like. Hellcase.
Do you have any unnecessary skins or want to sell them? Try Skin Place. Visit the website, select the skins you want to use. Easily fill your Steam trade link. Make sure we offer good prices and choose a payment method. Hit the button and boom! Instant cash. Safety. Low commissions. Instant payouts. Skin Place.
What's a super stream game? It's an extension that provides a valuable and engaging game within the stream you are watching. Join an active community and test your knowledge in a live race against expert chasers by answering trivia, prediction, and recall questions tailored to the content you are watching.
Hello, welcome back. We are going to be heading into the final series of today. It is the final promotion series as well, as the victor here will be able to get themselves into the playoffs. But as mentioned before the break, it is going to be Messesport versus Permitter, and I'm excited for this game. It's a, it should be a really interesting game. Messesport, maybe you could say they've got kind of individuals that have played at a higher level, kind of on a big caliber, but at the same time, fairly new roster. So it's going to be an interesting one. It really is. But Charlie, what are your thoughts and feelings as we